Hey, this is Dave with Taboo Customs. This video today we're going to be replacing the seal at the Pitman arm end of our power steering gearbox here on this 2001 Jeep TJ. The issue we've got is this has pretty much been a kind of consistent aggravating sort of leak for us. We're going to go ahead and get that replaced here today, so let's get started. Alright, for the seal replacement here we're just using an FVP 8763 kit. Comes with several different seals. I don't think we'll end up using necessarily everything out of this kit, but I think we will be using most of it. So let's get started disassembling the Pitman arm. Alright, so of course the first thing we're going to need to do is remove the nut from the Pitman arm shaft here. So we've got an 1 5/16" socket, just an impact driver. Pop that off. So what you're going to need now is you're going to need one of a couple of things. It'd be easy just to have a Pitman Arm Puller here, which we'll go grab ours here in a second and work on getting this out. Or you could potentially, if you had a large fork, stick it in there, but there is a rubber piece here that if you did that you end up damaging, and it looks like someone in the past has done that. Alright, so this is the Pitman Arm Puller that we're going to use. These work pretty well. Alright, so now there is a little rubber seal first, and now our lights want to flip out on us. Just a little screwdriver or needle nose pliers, we're just pulling that seal out. Ours is just sliding out of there just like that. Looks like this. Okay, so there's actually a couple of seals in here. The first seal is just kind of shoved up there, but it's usually difficult to come out. And try to take a pick and pull it out, but we're actually going to use a fairly long, as narrow as we can find, screw. Go in on the edge and try to screw into it. Now be careful, you don't really want to hit the shaft. Keep in mind that the seal was sealing against the shaft, so you don't want to screw that up too much, but if you can get it to the screw to bite in, you can basically suck it out just like that. Worked better than probably I'd ever had it work, which is weird on video. So next we've got our snap ring way up in there. It's going to be difficult to see. Alright, I had to go all the way out to the very edge on these pliers, which is a little sketchy. See how it goes. I'm trying to get them in there is the pain, wow. There we go. It's a little bit easier than expected. So there's a washer that comes down, and you know, one thing we noticed, pretty sure this is, I wonder how bad that is. So someone has hit something right here. See all this damage there. This washer actually won't come out because I think this has been a little bit deformed, unfortunately. I mean, I guess it's good up in here because the washer slides in and out, but I might have to clearance that a little bit. All right, so you saw us get that washer out of there. We did have to go in there and just grind just a hair off it inside. Now those seals are quite a ways up in there, so wasn't into an area where there's a seal or a concern. Now what we're going to do to get the upper seal out is we're actually going to try to use the pressure in the box to force it out. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the Pitman arm back on the box, just hand thread the nut up on there, and then go and turn the wheels back and forth a bit and see if that pops loose. We do have the Jeep up off the ground, so now I gotta get All right, now one thing to remember, if you are going to do it this way, chances are we're going to make a big mess. We're going to get a big piece of cardboard, lay it down here in a second. Also, keep in mind, we're about to change out a power steering pump on this same Jeep. I think the pump's probably going to make a whole bunch of noise. So let's see how it goes. All right. Alright, so now that we've got that out and created a bigger mess than we'd planned, we'll go ahead and start getting everything back in. We've oiled the seal with some new power steering fluid. Now, if you didn't see how the seal came out, there's a little Teflon washer on the bottom. That will actually go on the bottom whenever you go to put that back in. So we'll go ahead and, oh, God bless it. That's not going to work. Gonna have to use a flat screwdriver to push it in. I thought I could get it in a little bit at least. Okay. And then our new washer. All right, and now our new All right, now we're going to try to push the snap ring all the way back up in there. All right, so next will be the what they call the dust seal. If we looked at how it was when we took it out, the more flat side is actually up against the, the snap ring, and kind of the open-ish side is pointing down. Slide that up in there. Try to use our screwdrivers and see. Nothing really keeps that up there other than this additional little dust shield that's here, but it doesn't really do much. So, all right, there we go. All right, so the last couple things here as we are finishing up, we'll put the Pitman arm back on the steering box. We'll torque that nut to 185 foot-pounds. Make sure you get that tight. You don't want your Pitman arm coming off while you're driving, obviously. Now the next step though is that we will have to refill the whole system with power steering fluid. You're going to have a lot of air in your box, so chances are you're going to have to do it a couple of times. We will put power steering fluid in the pump, we'll start it up, more than likely it's going to suck all that down, fill it up again, then we'll start turning it from lock to lock with the Jeep still on the jack stands, getting all of that air out of the system. You need to get all the air out of the system, and then you can get to the point to where you can have your final fill, so make sure you do that. So with that, that's pretty much the end of this video. We thank you for watching. You can visit taboocustoms.com for rust repair kits and other Jeep products, and as always, a like or subscribe is greatly appreciated.